Good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? So, we had a big storm here in Massachusetts. We had no electricity today, we had no heat. So, I'm pretty worn out from all that, but I did want to connect and bring in some messages for the collective, for the Starseeds, for everybody out there who is going through the shifts that we're going through. Mother Earth did some big shifting in my local community. So I kind of wanted to just tune in and see what kind of messages came through. But I am in my bedroom tonight with all of my puppies, so I have a smaller area here to spread out the cards. So I apologize if it's a little shaky or different, but I have head space, heart space, and what we need to know. And the first card that I pulled in connection to the headspace is from the cosmic cards, and it was limitless. And so the message that is coming through in connection to this is very connected with the Pleiadian energy. I've been feeling their energy all day long. And it's funny because the card that came out with it was Shine. And the message I was receiving all day for people. And as I said that, I see 117. So I'll tell you the message that I got earlier. I was without heat, without lights, and I asked the emissaries of light to show me light by 7:17 p.m. And so at 6:45 I was laying here with the dogs trying to stay warm, and I heard, like, I just felt it and I knew. So I leaned over and I clicked on this fan and it turned on, and that's how I knew we had power again. But when I told people that, like when I posted about it, a lot of people were like, hey, do that for me, do that for me. And so the message that was coming through then and now is that we are limitless. We all have that power. We just have to believe in ourselves to shine that power and to know that we can use this law of attraction in order to attain whatever it is we want. Like if you want the power to come back on, be reasonable in your request. When I asked for 717, it held meaning to me. That's one of the numbers I know connects to them. And it also gave enough time for the energy to build and the manifestation of what I was asking for. And then I trusted and knew that they would deliver, like they always do. Last night I had opened a vortex, and I actually have a vortex open here all the time, but last night I was in the middle of a healing session. We had lost power just before I went in for the sessions. We had candles going, lots of blankets covering the girl. And I heard the tree come down in our front yard about halfway through. It shook the whole house. And I didn't really even let it faze me. But when I went outside, I saw, like, it had just missed our house. And it was, like, right on the edges of where, in my mind, I create the vortex to protect. And even today, when the people were looking at the tree, they were like, I don't understand how it fell like that. It looks like it jumped over the wires, it just jumped over the house. And so I really do believe that this house was protected by the vortex. And I really do believe that asking them to show me the light is what assisted in bringing the light within 10-15 minutes of my time. I asked by then or before then to have the light on. Within 10 minutes of that time stated, the lights were on. So they were telling everybody who was asking me to ask them for them that you have to trust and believe in yourself, and you do have that ability to create, and you have that ability to shine your light, and you have the ability to manifest protection for yourself, and to just step into the energy of your being the creator of your reality, and asking for what you want, and taking action in that. And sometimes taking action can be simple as meditation. Like, I knew what I wanted, I knew there wasn't much physically I could do, so I came in here, laid down, and disconnected. I put on like a video that would distract me from focusing on my outcome, and then I just allowed the outcome to come. And I think sometimes people get too caught up in that, where they just focus. You need to trust, and you need to allow, and just simply allow the waves of prosperity to come over you. And in the last connection with the headspace was shield yourself. And I do feel like this is very important right now. as we are kind of going through the shifts right now, relationships are kind of splitting. People are going down different paths. There's a lot of energy coming up. Gaia has a lot of energy coming up. It's like there's just this big cleanse going on. So while this is happening, you want to protect yourself and shield yourself from any energy outside of you. You make the vortex, create the vortex, use the power of attraction to ensure your own safety, to ensure that you're receiving everything that you need so that you can step into that limitless power and shine your light without anybody kind of plugging into your energy and taking from you. And for the heart space, the first card that came out was Free Spirit. And I do feel like this is a beautiful card representing, like, right now, everybody just needs to get in alignment with their truth. And I feel like this message is connecting with those who recognize that they have a free spirit and that they have something within them that makes them unique, and they're looking to kind of break out of the monotony. And this is similar to a message that came in last week. So we're still there in our heart space right now. We're knowing that there's more and that we want to step into that truth of who we really are and create our own abundance and create our own limitlessness, and to start using this for ourselves so that we can step out and do whatever it is that makes us happy, whatever it is that we find our desire and our joy in. We want to make sure that we're incorporating that into our truth and into our path, and freeing your spirit from the, I'm not sure what word to use for it. Free your spirit from, like, the expectations of ego or the expectations of society, and follow your heart. And here we have Make a Decision, which again is another card that came up recently with the Syrian energy. And again, it's just that reminder that as we want to step into our limitlessness and create what we want to protect ourselves from those who are not on that same path, or those who are going to drain us. Allow us to step into that freedom of ourselves, create the reality that we're looking for, that we know that we've created every step, every aspect, every piece of, and make a decision on moving into that role, and dream big. Start dreaming. What is it that you want? People limit themselves all the time, and I find that people will look outside of themselves and think like, oh, I can't do that, or I would need someone else to help me do that. And no, you have everything you need inside of you. You have everything anybody else has. It's all about the desire to want to do it. I'm finding a lot of people are kind of just not wanting to shine, or not wanting to step into their limitlessness. They're wanting other people to kind of do things for them, and they're limiting their dreams. They're not rising into their potential. They're not taking themselves into the abundance and the prosperity that's available to them if they would just kind of step into it and allow themselves to go there. And then this card is in connection to relationships. So I feel like the message here again is that we want to shield ourselves from the relationships that are draining us. We want to use the power of attraction to shine our limitless and shine our light, and allow the prosperity and the waves of energy that are going to connect us with the correct relationships in our lives, and those who are going to join us on this path of freedom, and allowing us to be who we are and to do what we want to do and create how we want to create, and support us in that, and kind of encourage us to make those decisions and to dream a little bit bigger and to step into who we are becoming with that limitless energy and that knowing that we are the creator and that there's nothing that we can't achieve. We have everything everybody else has. I say this all the time. It's like, if somebody else can do it, so can you. It all comes down to the matter of you wanting to make that decision and step into this light. And then for what we needed to know, these three cards came out together. And so again, we have choices, which is very similar to the Make a Decision. So what you need to know right now is whatever you're trying to decide, there's infinite opportunities to you. Like, you may be looking at this road and this road and going, oh, I don't know which, but that does not mean that those are the only two roads available to you. You're the creator of your reality. If you're not happy with the road going this way, if you're not happy with the road going that way, forge a new path and create a new one. And the card that came with it was worlds within worlds and surrender. So we need to surrender those limiting beliefs of that we only have two choices, or that we only have so many options available to us. Broaden those dreams, step into that vibration of being that free spirit, make your decision, decide what you want. If it's not something that's easily like right there in front of you right now, surrender that fear or that idea that it's not attainable. Get clear within your mind what you want. Surrender to the divine. Ask them to help you. Trust in your own limitlessness. Trust in your own light. Using the power of attraction. Protecting yourself from those who are going to try to keep you from attaining it. And realize that there are worlds within worlds. There's not just one clear path. There's not just black and white. There's a gray area. There's something that you're not seeing. So they're telling you to release all of this, surrender these fears, these doubts, this insecurity that you may be feeling, and protect yourself. Know that the relationships in your life are changing for the better. You're going to be sticking with those who truly have your back, and bringing even more of those people in who are going to support you and nurture your growth and your free spirit. And you want to get into alignment with your passion. You want to start incorporating that and using your dreams and your ideas to make this happen. Make that decision, take that choice, create it what it is. If you don't see that world in front of you that you want, you need to create a new one within it. And the other cards that came out in connection to what we know, the first one was mediumship. And I feel like this is very much connected to our ancestors, and to our star guides, and to our family who has passed over even. We're receiving messages all the time, and they're trying to tell you, they're trying to show you, they're wanting you to pay attention, and they're there helping to shield you when there's those around you who are draining you. They're trying to give you those synchronistic messages to realize like the law of attraction works, and that you are a beautiful bright being, and that there's a lot of limitless energy available to you. They're also there to kind of give you those signs and that feeling within when those people who are around you maybe no longer serving your purpose, need to go on their way, and allowing them to kind of just fade out gently. And they're also there to give you those nudges when you're around those who do support and feed your flames. And they're there to help you make these decisions, and they want you to see yourself bigger. So the messages that are kind of coming through right now feel like they could be connected to like grandparents, mothers and fathers, like the ancestors who really love and want you to do your best. And this is a reminder that they're there with you in every moment, that they're never not there. They're looking at you, guiding you, pushing you, reminding you you have so much available to you. There's worlds within worlds. There's choices. There's decisions to be made, but it's all about following that freedom and that limitlessness within yourself. And I think it's perfect that it goes with the time to move on, because it's time for us to let go of the old. The storm that we had today was very symbolic. If you look up like the symbolic meaning behind a tree falling, or something that's happened in your life within the past few days, something like momentum or memorable, something that just stands out. It could even just be like, oh, I saw a hawk. Look at the messages behind there. Look at the decisions that you have to face. Look at your limitlessness and realize that like there's so much more available to you. Don't get stuck in the monotony. Don't get stuck in the limitations of fear, or the limitations of limiting beliefs. Some of these limiting beliefs are passed down from my ancestors. So this is another message that we want to heal our cellular memories. We want to heal our DNA memories. We want to step away from the limiting beliefs that have been passed down to us from our ancestors and move on from that. rise out of the waves, rise out of the storm, and take on a new journey, forge your own path. 8 is representative of the infinite, and that's just telling you have infinite choices. There's so many places to create, there's so much stuff that you can do. So it's time to move away from those who no longer serve you. It's time to move on to that power of attraction, stepping into that limitlessness, shining your beautiful bright light. Again, bringing those waves in, allowing those waves to assist you, all the shifting energies that are happening now, the ending and beginning of new relationships who are going to support your freedom, stepping into what it is that you're truly passionate about, creating that in your life as that decision to say, you know what, this no longer feels good, I don't want to do it anymore. Step into what makes you feel good. What is your passion? What are you here to do? Make that decision. Dream bigger than what you see in the mirror. Know that there's nothing you can't do. Create the world. Make that new choice. Forge forward into surrender, and knowing that the divine is going to be there with you. Your ancestors are there with you. You're healing the ways of the past. You're healing the ways of your memories. You're healing their memories. And you're moving on to a brighter future. So I hope that this resonates for all of you, and if there's a type of reading you would like me to do next, let me know. I can do basically anything. So I hope you all have a beautiful night, and I will see you all soon. Namaste.